Hey everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today we just got episode 7 of Skeleton Crew. This is the penultimate episode. We only got one episode left, and it feels like we actually have like a good place to end this episode and have like one last episode to wrap everything up, and it feels like we have just enough time. And I don't know, it feels rare that in a Marvel or Star Wars show that like we get to the next to last episode and we're like, oh, it actually feels good. It actually feels like we have just enough for one more episode, and we're not going to be trying to squish everything in because we have so many questions. That usually seems to be the case, but here I'm like, no, yeah, we're doing it. Good job, guys. But basically, yeah, so we have the kids who have finally managed to, enter the coordinates from last episode, blast off into hyperspace, and they have arrived at Tatton. They've arrived at Tatton. And of course we have the pirates here who also show up, except, hey, there's a giant, storm that is covering the place, this grid. So it is these little, I don't know what you call them, little storm electrical generators, those little red dots. I saw people theorizing. Those red dots indeed were these little generator things covering the entire planet inside of this manufactured storm, basically preventing anyone from ever wanting to go in there. And they do test it. One of the pirates flies in there, and of course their ship explodes, gets all electrocuted, and blows up. So that does explain why no one's ever tried to enter this space. It is kind of, yeah, I compare it to Exegol. How Exegol, you have to like fly through that weird red honeycomb like nebula type thing, and only if you know how to fly through it can you get to Exegol. It's the same thing here basically, except this one's manufactured by these machines. And as it turns out, the ship itself, the Onyx Cinder, the reason that the original pirate was able to get through there is because the Onyx Cinder actually is a ship from At-Aten. And so I guess at some point that pirate had stolen a ship from a Republic mint and figured out that only those kinds of ships could pass through those little electrical generator things without being destroyed through the storm. So that explains why only that one ship has ever made it through. Every other ship doesn't have whatever code or whatever it is to pass through there undetected. So that's pretty cool. That's like a cool way of explaining how this could possibly have stayed hidden for thousands of years, I suppose. So of course, basically they have kind of an interesting exchange. Basically, the kids show up and the pirates are already there, and so they use a tractor beam to capture the kids' ship. And the kids do a pretty good maneuver of using their grappling claw to capture Brutus, the Wolfman pirate captain. And Jod here, he pretty brutally like shoots him and like takes control. And it feels like Jod's evil twist in this episode is just cemented now, and I think a lot of people, including myself, were like, oh, he's gonna have a good turn at the end, he's gonna save the kids, he's gonna use the lightsaber and be like a Jedi, and that's the moment we're gonna see him ignite it. But no, they took the complete opposite turn, very unexpected. He's going like full heel here, like he's using that lightsaber as a threat to the kids, threatening their parents. He's like he uses it to slice down Smee SM-33. It's kind of brutal, actually. Like, I was very shocked. I was like, okay, I kept on hoping, like, no, he's gonna turn good, right? He's gonna save their lives, he's gonna save them against the other pirates. But no, he's taken charge of the pirates, he's killed his rival, his mutantist first mate Brutus, right? Like, he's going full tilt here. It's kind of crazy. I'm still hoping that maybe at the last second he does change his mind and become a good guy, but for right now, he basically manages to get himself on board the Onyx Cinder, go through the storm with the kids, and has effectively taken them and their parents hostage. And for whatever reason, the robots there consider him an emissary of the Republic, I guess just because of the ship. And so he's there to, collect some mint and take it out to wherever, however this would have worked back in the day, I guess, for the Republic. And so he's there. They take him right to the vaults. They're basically giving him everything he wanted. He's like, okay, how many vaults like this do you have? And they're like, oh, we have over 1,000. And this one vault has, millions and millions of pieces of gold here. So if they have thousands of these, then it does feel like endless money, basically. So he's getting everything he wants. He's got all their families at lightsaber point. So it feels right now like he's gonna get his way. All he really needs to be able to do is contact the rest of the pirates that are still on the outer, on the other side of the storm. But of course the robots are like, we can't talk to people outside. You have to talk to the supervisor. So we have yet to see who this supervisor is or how this is gonna play out. I think the only way we can get a Jod redemption at this point is if the supervisor is like really evil and tries to get rid of the kids and their families, and then Jod ends up having to be the one to save them. But right now, I don't know. It doesn't look like we're gonna get that redemption moment. I hope I'm wrong, because like it feels like, if anything, like if you were gonna write him as a redemptive character who's like a pirate but with a heart of gold, he would have fought against the pirates to save the kids. But now he's like he's still full on his plan of contacting the pirates, coming here to the planet, taking it over, stealing all the gold, like doing the pirate thing. Like he does not seem to care about the kids at all right now. So I don't know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get like a moment where he does save the kids and become a good guy, and he's like, all right, fine, I'm not gonna hurt the kids, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Doesn't look good for the kids and their family. Now, of course, like I said, we have yet to meet the supervisor. There's still a lot of sinister stuff about AT-ATN that we don't entirely understand. These robots are very, they're stopping the parents. They're stunning them through the woods. They're running, and they're trying to send a beacon to call for help. And, we do get like a really nice moment of the parents all like, hey, kids, you can make it back. You just got to go contact a Republic place, and then they can get you through here or whatever. Which, by the way, I don't think anyone in the current New Republic, like the Mandalorian era, I don't think any of them would be able to get through this. So if anything, that kind of just highlights the parents' misunderstanding of like what's going on in the universe. Because as far as I can tell, this planet has been so secluded that the adults don't even know that the old Republic fell, became the Empire, and then the Empire fell, and now we have the New Republic. Like the parents don't know about any of that stuff, right? They've been secluded for thousands of years. So yeah, this idea that like, oh, you can just go contact someone from the Republic, like, no. If the Empire had known about this place, believe me, they would have taken it over. So that tells me that no one in the New Republic knows about it, because no one in the Empire knew about it. Which means probably no one in the the prequel era Republic even knew about this place, right? So I don't know. I have my doubts that that's even a thing. I think basically what's going to end up happening here is the supervisor is going to be revealing even to the adults of like, hey, I know what's happened in the galaxy. I know that the Republic entered a clone war, and then they fell, and then all this stuff happened, so I'm the one who decided to basically put us in a cage and keep us secluded from everywhere else because we're safe here. And it's gonna be like one of those weird, like, hey, we're basically a dome planet, and no one, we're in a big bubble, and we don't know anything about the outside galaxy. I mean, I do, but I think that's gonna end up being what the supervisor's all about. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode. Is Jod gonna have a redemptive moment? Is he gonna end up being the one to save everyone from the supervisor who's gonna be the real villain? Or is Jod just the villain? And like, this is what it is. I kind of hope that there's still like that last minute, like, okay, no, Jod's gonna save them, even though he is a pirate. This is just him, like, still sticking to everything he knows in life to be pirate. Also, are we gonna learn anything about his backstory? Because like at this point, like, who taught him to use the Force this much, or did he just practice? Does he actually know how to use that lightsaber, or is he just kind of swinging it around? Like, are we gonna learn anything at all that's going on there, or is it gonna be kind of just left open for interpretation? Which, at this point, we got one episode left. I feel like we have, that's enough to kind of do the reveal of who the hell the supervisor is, if there's going to be like one big last plot twist kind of thing. But I don't know, I'm really enjoying this show, guys. Like, this is a really cool story, and I feel like it feels complete. It feels like a whole thing, and it doesn't feel like there's chunks of it that were ripped out at some point in the writing process, and and oh, they were told they couldn't use this and they couldn't mention that, and so there's like holes here. Like, no, it feels like a fully completed, realized story, and it's, I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. It's pretty cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.